Hi, Maritza. My name is Theresa, and I'm here to change your IV tubing. For the purposes of the students who are watching, I want to just remind you that we've already done all the things we need to do in the med room. We've spiked our primary bag, we've spiked our secondary bag, we've primed them, we've demonstrated that we know how to set the drip rates, and now we're here with the patient. What we would do is carry our system into the patient's room. However, because the mannequins cannot have fluid running into them, we're illustrating with dummy bags over here. So Maritza, thank you. Oops, the arm rolled a little bit. What you would want to do, and anytime you're about to manipulate a patient's IV, you want to put gloves on. So you reach for the gloves, and actually you want to use your hand hygiene because this is a situation that could result in contamination of them as well. So put on our gloves. While I'm putting these on, I want to state to you that the alcohol swab is going to act as a small little sterile field for me in just a second. That's why I brought alcohol with me. And we also want to use it to swab the port. So I've got my gloves on, and this is our bag that is arguably infusing into the patient. So what I'm doing is clamping it closed because I'm getting ready to discontinue it. And then we would be hanging the new bag that you would have brought into the room. So let me bring this down here near the patient. And I'm trying to be aware of showing you these things on the video, keeping my hands out of the way. So this is going to be our new tubing. This is our old tubing. Now what I want to do here is slide this slide clamp closed. That will prevent blood from coming at us if it were going to happen. Okay, we've got that clamped, we've got our bags clamped, and now what we need to do is to take off the old tubing while protecting the green hub, keeping that sterile. So this is going to serve as my little sterile field, and I'm going to do my best to do this while you can see what I'm doing. This comes unscrewed. Putting my pressure on that, even though I really don't need to because of the fact that I've got it clamped, but I want to be careful. I'm going to have to obscure your view for a second while I take hold of this. Okay, I loosened it. Now I can do this. This comes out. I've clamped it so I don't have to be worried that this is going to drip all over anything. I can simply lay it on my blue pad, and I can take my little sterile field of an alcohol swab and lay that there while I get the new system ready to put on. Now, got my new system here. This needs to remain sterile. I'm going to take the blue cap off, lay that there. This is clamped so it won't run all over the place. I'm going to put it into the hub here after swabbing the hub, just to make sure that it's clean. All right, that's swabbed, and this is coming in. Then I'm going to slide this down and screw that on, and that's in place. Now what we need to do is to unclamp this. I don't want to block your view. We're going to unclamp that. One thing that I did not do that I recommend that you do is to have the bed at a comfortable working height. In the interest of time, I didn't. But you want to do that. Protect yourself. Okay, so I've got my new system hooked up. I've got my old system out of the way. And then you've already demonstrated in the med room that you know how to set the rate. So at this point you would do your end of the return demo type things. You'd leave the call light in reach, you'd leave the bed in the low position, you'd leave his belongings in reach, you'd discard your gloves, you'd do your hand hygiene, whatever else you need to do. Now what I would expect you to do is, just for the purposes of our return demo, put the blue cap back on the system, not in use, so that the next student who comes in has a supposedly sterile new system to swap out with that. And then you leave this hanging up here for them, and you've got your other system, no kinks, no problems there. The tape is in place. And that's how that will go. Thank you very much.